Hey, what's going on, guys? You know what's funny is I told myself today that I wasn't gonna go live at all, and I wasn't gonna do any readings. That I'm gonna rest because well, I needed it. But here I am anyways. But not for a reading. I'm here because of figured I had a thought of the day, and I figured might as well just do it live, right? You know, so I've talked about Tartaria, right? And how all of our old buildings are all from Tartaria, right? But we founded them. We found them. We didn't build them. If they built them, they would have took credit for it. But they found them, right? So everything was wiped out with the mud floods. That's why you see all these old buildings that are, windows at ground level. It makes no sense. People don't put windows on ground level. They don't fucking do that. They don't do it windows halfway down the ground. That makes no fucking sense. If that's how you're building buildings, then you suck. But yeah, the mud floods, they covered up everything, destroyed everything, right? But after that, when they refound the buildings, when they refound the Tartarian buildings, they found them. They took them, they cleaned them up. They cleaned them up and occupied them. And but that's what the World Fairs were. The World Fair was the last display of a lot of the buildings before they destroyed them. It was in cities all over the country. California, Chicago. They were all over. They were all over. That was the early 1900s. But that was the last display of a lot of these buildings, and we're led to believe that they built all of these, right? They built them all, right? And it's all marble and all sorts of crazy shit that we couldn't rebuild today. But we're led to believe that they built it in like 2 years, and then it was only built for the sole purpose of that, and then it was just, you know what I mean? It's their whole story makes no sense. It makes no sense to anyone with half of a brain. But the incubator babies. So when the Tartarian empires were wiped out and everything, right? They displayed the incubator babies at the World Fairs, and that was their first attempts at cloning. We're talking like, that was, I want to say like the 40s, around the 40s. But incubators are a real thing, and they used to be able to buy babies in catalogs. They were incubator babies. It was advertised in, like a Sears catalog that you would get in your mail. You order a baby. But then, so this morning, today, I was listening to this video. So a couple days ago, you know what's funny? Asking you shall receive, right? I come across a lot of information sometimes, and then I want to learn more. And so I asked for more information about whatever subject to be, sent to me. But you don't set restrictions on how it has to come. You just have to be open to receiving. And it came to me in a video today. I had heard that Jerry Seinfeld there's a video circulating of him stating that both of his parents were orphans and they were both incubator babies. And as soon as I heard that, it's like, whoa, hold on, I've never even heard of this video. Where the fuck is this? And so I set my attentions, hey, send me that video. I need that video. I want to see that. And sure enough, it came to me today. I actually have it saved. I'll probably repost it. Maybe I'll tag it in here if I can somehow. But it is Jerry Seinfeld talking about both of his parents being incubator babies, right? And it's some really interesting stuff to look into. Really interesting stuff to look into. But it's all hidden. You know what I mean? It's part of our history. They're already erasing our history. They're already doing it. I kind of have a sense that the Mandela effect is an attempt for them to see how much they can get away with without us realizing. Because it's a slight change here, it's a slight change there, and slight changes throughout generations, and then it's easy to really go strong on the lie. Yeah, I'm led to believe that's what it is. That's how they do it. They slowly change it, and all it takes is one generation not teaching the next generation, and they stop teaching it publicly, And then it stops being passed around like that in society. Then it stops being passed around through generations, through lineages, through family bloodlines, and then it's just erased. And especially if it doesn't ever get checked. Especially if it never gets checked. A lot of times, well, because who's spreading the lies? It's all the people that are supposed to be, you know what I mean, unbiased and spreading the truth. But no, propaganda whores. Propaganda whores, all the mainstream media. But what do you expect? How do you expect to get real, unfiltered, unbiased information when every newspaper, every radio station, every TV, every form of media is all under the same, like, 10 corporations? And then those 10 corporations are owned by a handful of people. And you really think you're getting unbiased information? Well, that's what you think. Just go have fun under that rock you're living under. You know, but that's back, you know, but they knew the internet was going to be a threat, and that's why they attacked the internet back in the early 2000s with CISPA. They really went after them, but they lost. They really wanted, but then when they can't do it that way, what do? Then they get people like fucking Zuckerberg, that fucker. Yeah, they get motherfuckers like him. They willingly play along with our brainwashing, willingly play along with the suppression of information, with the suppression of truth, and so quick to label it as propaganda and false information. Yet you're willingly, knowingly spreading non-stop verbal venom to the masses. And that's perfectly okay. Heavens forbid the truth gets spread, though. Heavens forbid. Oh no. Heavens forbid the truth has a voice. Oh no. Can't have that. Can't have that. And what a shitty world that would be in when everyone wakes up to the truth. Well, no, it's shit's gonna get rocky. It's gonna get real rough. It's gonna get real rough. People have realized everything that's been going on to us. Yeah. You know, we stopped hanging traitors. We stopped striking the fear of God into traitors. People got too comfortable giving up their brothers and sisters. We've gotten way too fucking comfortable selling people out. Way too comfortable. You're looking for an apartment?
Is this 907?
Yeah, you're the third car in like 20 minutes. Yeah.
Unit 6.
This is, huh?
Unit
No, you want the one over there, I think.
That one.
I think so.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, incubator babies. That's really interesting to look into that. That was one thought. What was the other thought I had? Oh, let's talk about a happy thought. Fucking the FBI. Good job, boys. Good job, boys. They got what'd they get? They got like 200 and something fucking pedos in Texas. Awesome. And they actually recovered like 100 and something missing children too. Awesome. That's awesome news. Glad to hear that shit. Glad to see an FBI that actually does something. Well, something good at least. They've been doing shit. They've been covering shit up. They've been a part of the lie, part of the deception. Yeah, good job. Get those motherfuckers off the streets. Bring those kids home. Good. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? Let's see. Who do you got in here? You got anyone from, any members in here? Any members on this live? No? Alright, I'm just gonna end it right there. That was just the thought of the day. Alright.